team. The what? See? It's the luge. They said to make it huge. It's Super Size.
Now you can supersize your McDonald's extra value meal with a Super Size order of our golden fries plus a large Coke for just 39 cents more.
Taking aim at the fast food companies and blaming them for their obesity and illnesses, a lawsuit was filed in New York on behalf of two teenage girls. One who is 14 years old, 4'10" and 170 pounds. The other, 19 years old, 5'6" and 270 pounds. The unthinkable had suddenly become reality. People were suing the Golden Arches for selling them food that most of us know isn't good for you to begin with.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Internet J here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Cartman from South Park here. Screw you guys, I'm going home. You know what else I'm also going to screw? Your mom. Today, I'm going to talk about the supersized menu option for McDonald's. I know this video isn't going to be just a cringy mukbang of me eating McDonald's and having a mental breakdown while at it, but rather part of the fast food chain's history. McDonald's has been one of the biggest fast food chains since 1955. Supersize was a menu option that was introduced in 1987 and was one of the most popular menu options of all time. However, the company began to receive backlash for it after a famous documentary was made on it and two fat girls filed a lawsuit against them, having them discontinue the supersized meals in 2004. This is the rise and fall of McDonald's Supersize. Before I get into the video, I just want to thank today's sponsor, Glass Panel. Glass Panel is a one-of-a-kind revolutionary tool used in any purpose in life. Glass Panel can do many essential things such as cutting food, unscrewing stuff, measuring things, and encourage you to take a big one after eating Taco Bell. I had my Glass Panel personally delivered to me by mail and I love it. I'm simply overwhelmed at how much I can do with Glass Panel. It can even solve my homework. Glass Panel can even function as a best friend so you wouldn't feel lonely no matter what. It even has pretty good music taste when you realize their favorite band is Maximum the Hormone. Visit the Glass Panel website and enter the code BOHEMIAS for 1% off your first purchase of a Glass Panel. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on notifications if you want to see more of my content. You can also follow my Twitch account Bohemius Rhapsodius where I'm yet to stream on there. I also have a Discord account, but I won't disclose the tag to you because it's for privacy reasons. Don't worry, I am totally not an Internet J ripoff, you guys. Now back to the video. McDonald's was founded when two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened their first restaurant in San Bernardino, California on May 15, 1930. In 1955, a businessman named Ray Kroc bought McDonald's and created the franchise for it. Little did they know that Kroc was an evil capitalist pig and drove the original McDonald brothers out of the industry by doing so. And from that day forward, McDonald's expanded into many international markets and has become a symbol of globalization and the average American lifestyle. But everyone had their criticism, and McDonald's definitely had truckloads of it concerning the debates of obesity, corporate ethics, and consumer responsibility. In the summer of 1987, McDonald's introduced a supersize option on the menu. The big change on the menu was that only the drinks and fries would have a new size option that was even bigger than the largest size McDonald's had at the time. But nothing was special as the popularity it obtained throughout the 90s. People were going crazy over the new option and it was advertised like it was the best thing to ever come out since Mickey Mouse Ice Pops. Supersize contained the largest portion sizes of fries and soft drinks that carried a crazy amount as well. I mean, just one supersize cup can fill about almost an entire liter of soda, and the fry container was bigger than your hand. It was no doubt that everyone in America loved the supersize. Everyone loved getting more out of their buck for bigger portion sizes so people wouldn't have to spend money on too large soda or fries. It was also in fact one of the unhealthiest menu items McDonald's released at the time. Regarding the big portions, I will mention again. Its marketing catchphrase went by, "Would you like to supersize that?" In all means is a term asking if you would like to make it bigger. Many people are addicted to supersize more than a certain pirate who is addicted to drinking rum. But not all would be good with you if you only ate supersize at McDonald's. Eating that much calories will make you fat and cause you to have health issues, including heart attack and diabetes. Luckily, I haven't had a heart attack or contracted diabetes yet, but please make sure you consider the right choices for your body. Eat healthy and exercise a lot. Don't end up like me, or Nicocado Avocado, or Tipster, or even Boogie2988, for whom has made an amazing health recovery after his gastric bypass in 2017. Unfortunately, while supersize was thriving, it became more controversial over the decade.
I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to tell me who they are.
Okay.
Who's that? You don't know?
George Washington.
Yeah? Who is he?
He was the fourth president. He freed the slaves. And he could never tell a lie.
Who's that?
Don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. George W. Bush?
Nope, that's a good guess, though. Who's that?
In 2004, Morgan Spurlock released the documentary Super Size Me. The documentary exposed the harsh corporate ethics of McDonald's as well as linking their food items to serious obesity, especially supersized drinks and fries. Morgan, for whom he and his wife were vegan at the time, documented his experience of eating only McDonald's for an entire month after being prescribed by doctors to do so. No, this wasn't a Mr. Beast X Grey's Anatomy collab where the challenge is to survive a disease and they replaced the nurses with Dream SMP members, but instead a challenge Morgan took on himself. From that day forward until the end of the month, Spurlock filmed himself eating nothing but McDonald's and Super Size as well as interviewing people about it and sharing some nasty facts about the food and the company itself. Morgan went from interviewing people from different countries eating at an American McDonald's for the first time, surprised that the regular portion of the meals there were even bigger than what their home country offered. Spoiler alert, one of them was to someone who was about to undergo a gastric bypass surgery and a Big Mac eating champ for some reason. He even interviewed Jared Fogle, aka Subway Jared, about the situation at the time and how Subway would try to help curb it. Just a reminder that this was the same Subway Jared who had sex with children and was convicted for it.
Dude, you have sex with children!
He even compared the ever-growing fast food economy to the small fruits and vegetables economy, as well as deemed kids stupid for not knowing the difference between Jesus Christ and Ronald McDonald. The entire thing was just slandering McDonald's for their shameless marketing, corporate ethic, and irresponsibility of acknowledging the McObesity epidemic in the United States, and how they were part of it. Overall, the documentary was a mixed success and received a 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes. This hit hard on the current topic of the obesity epidemic that's still inflicting the United States, as well as questionable marketing, but that wouldn't be the last time we'd hear from Morgan Spurlock. In 2017, Morgan quit veganism like a That Vegan Teacher School dropout and released a sequel to his famous documentary called Super Size Me 2 Holy Chicken. This time, it wasn't about Morgan going on another journey of eating McDonald's for an entire month, but instead just him documenting his progress of building a fried chicken restaurant chain, starting from the ground up as a farmer. He also exposed big chicken companies of mistreating their workers as well. This would be slightly unexpected for Morgan to switch from veganism and begin a fast food chain himself, right? Kind of reminds me of how Mr. Beast Burger was formed. Morgan's chicken sandwich movie felt kind of weird and unsettling considering this was made by the same guy who exposed the fast food industry and also used to be a vegan. It was truly more weird than a character from Fall Guys. But this wasn't all we'd expect to hear about Morgan. By then, Morgan's vegan wife who was on Super Size Me left him in 2011 and 8 years later prior to that was accused by the Me Too movement for sexual misconduct, for which he confessed via interview by The Insider. Seeing Morgan Spurlock crumble like Shane Dawson's career was pretty heartbreaking and left a grim note about change and stuff. It's almost impossible to imagine him going from exposing McDonald's for their health practices to creating a fast food chain himself and sexually misconducting women during that time. But this video isn't a rise and fall of him. Now let's get back to the current topic of this video. But then things started to get sour like a week-old curry from a 3-star Indian restaurant. Super Size started falling off harder than Creepshow Art sub count, but it wasn't as hard as the future it was headed for. In November of 2002, two teenage incarnations of Amy and Tammy Slayton, two teenage girls sued McDonald's for allegedly making them obese. The culprit mostly happened to be the Super Size meals they were eating. However, this was a pretty absurd case to make against McDonald's. First of all, you can't blame a fast food chain for making you fat. Of course, like I said earlier, Super Size contains a large portion of soft drinks, fries, and even shakes, and the food there isn't as healthy neither. But you can't blame junk food for making you fat if you keep eating it. It's your responsibility to choose the right decisions on what you eat and whether you plan to exercise or not. You need to take matters into your own hands if you're being hypnotized by corporate advertising to eat as many Big Macs as you can, just like being hypnotized by hypnotist Sappho to fuck dogs. I mean, it's just plain bizarre to see you going after McDonald's and blaming them for making you fat instead of blaming yourself for deciding what you choose to be and not take action on your own to tolerate it. However, the lawsuit existed and there's nothing more I can say about it. See for yourself. Surprisingly, after a failed lawsuit and a popular documentary highlighting Super Size, McDonald's finally decided it would be a good idea to pull the McPlug. In 2004, McDonald's discontinued the Super Size menu option after 17 years of being sold on the market. Despite Super Size Me not being the reason for its discontinuing, McDonald's cited the fact that they needed to promote their healthier food options as well as benefit exercising. Nowadays, you can order salads from McDonald's, and the Happy Meal bread is educating a whole new meaning to the term of getting fit with apple slices and chalky milk. McDonald's also has a non-profit charity organization called the Ronald McDonald House Charities, for which their main priority is to provide healthcare and housing to the children who are fighting cancer and other serious illnesses that cause them to be away from their family for some time. So not only they are doing their best to contribute to good health with salads and Happy Meals, but also managing a charity organization dedicated to helping kids who are terminally ill. McDonald's Super Size had a very shocking and tragic rise and fall. On one hand, McDonald's wanted to add cooler items to the menu for its business to strive on, but had to hold a heavy truckload of criticism and allegations on the other. Despite a documentary made about it and two fat girls suing McDonald's for a stupid reason because of it, McDonald's couldn't handle the heat and removed the Super Size from the menu for good. Luckily, they moved on from making that mistake and went on to attempt contributing more to a healthy society. The promotion of seriously unhealthy foods lead to damaging consequences on the count of exposure and a lawsuit. This will truly be set out as a cautionary tale for all fast food restaurant chains in America. Personally, I think McDonald's can change for the better, even if they still serve burgers and fries. I just hope one day McDonald's will do more better for our community of good health and set out an example of what a fast food company should be and what it shouldn't be. I believe if they learn from their mistakes, they can become better people. The ball is in their court right now, and my balls are in your mom's jaws. Personally, I wish McDonald's the best for the future and to learn from their mistakes in the past. It's like a wise Indian man who works out and interviews e-girls on Twitch always said.
Only time will tell.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.